Welcome everybody to the newest episode of the NM State Ace. I'm your host Vic.
And I'm your co-host Leon.
And we got a great episode for you guys today. Right off the bat, I want to say make sure to like and subscribe. I saw a statistic that 70% of viewers are not subscribed and 90% haven't even hit the like button once on the entire channel. So,
hey man,
I'm looking at you viewers. We need some help.
We need the same help that we got from the Twitter competition, bro.
Well,
all that love.
Speaking of Twitter competitions, I want to thank you, Aggie Nation, so much for bringing home the win, helping us bring home the win for the Level Next Madden 23 Twitter competition over on Twitter. As mentioned, 3P has been complete. We got Rocket League, we got FIFA, we got Madden now. I'm like Thanos collecting the stones at this point.
Bro, COD win?
It's never happening, but we want to go ahead and thank you guys once again. Obviously, it got a little close towards the end, but we still were able to win with a 40,000 point lead thanks to you guys quote tweeting, retweeting, commenting, liking.
It's almost too easy for him. It's almost too easy.
It's almost like I need another one.
Oh, dude, honestly, yeah. The stress, the hype, the energy, it's fine.
This is like the worst month of my life.
We bankrupted Level Next. It's fine. It's fine.
Yeah.
No more money. No more money.
It is what it is. But speaking of tournaments, we also want to announce that NM State Chess will be hosting their Fall Open tournament here on NMSU campus, up in the ballrooms of the Corbett Center. That's going to be taking place on November 30th. Some information will be on the screen regarding the tournament. There's going to be a $20 buy-in, so make sure to go ahead and register with the link, top link in the description below. That's where you're going to get all your information. That's where you're going to get all your match information registration.
Yeah. So, like Vic was saying, we're going to be helping out with NM State Chess. We would have liked to have hosted them here in the lab, but the lab is still going through its changing, its metamorphosis. Like we were talking about, it's like a butterfly in the cocoon. It's a soup right now. It's a soup. You know, the pieces are still there. They're kind of floating around, waiting to be reassembled, and that's exactly what we're going to be trying to do here. We've got some new changes coming in on the way. Hopefully, a little bit of new furniture, renovations, remodeling. That is to come later in the year. But for now, we're looking at getting some more setups added in here and a little bit more feng shui as we look around the lab, because we want to have multiple events, or the ability to have large events here in the lab. And this also means that we're going to be doing some deep cleaning over the breaks. So as of right now, at the time of recording this Thanksgiving break, we're going to be trying to clean up a little bit. That's why the lab will be closed, along with over winter break. The lab will be closed for us to hopefully kind of compact a little bit of the space, maximize what we're utilizing, and hopefully give you guys a better experience whenever you guys return here in the spring. But that is all to come. And speaking of new things to come, what are we looking forward to, Vic?
So we got a couple new things going on. We got a new president and vice president of NM State Esports, who you guys will meet in the interview section. So stay tuned for that.
Who are they going to be? It could be Vic and I.
Guess down in the description right now. But speaking of new things, we also have a new sponsorship, the first sponsorship to ever be sponsoring a collegiate program in New Mexico. We got Viewsonic Gaming. Shout out to them. They've provided some awesome monitors. These are 27-inch 240 hertz monitors that we'll be providing for our competitive players once we get our competitive stations back up and running. So make sure to come in and check those out. They're actually going to be featured in a weekly event. Not only one, but we actually have 2 weekly events that they'll be featured in. We want to go ahead and transition over to our weekly Smash tournament, Crimson Clash. Make sure to check that out every Thursday night at 6 p.m. There's going to be a $2 buy-in. Bring your controllers, bring your setups, as we need as many as possible. We have some here, obviously, but if you want to use your own, you definitely can.
Hey,
but
it's the home field advantage that you can take with you.
Exactly, and we have those matches streamed on our Twitch channel, so make sure to go and subscribe and follow our Twitch channel at NM State Esports over on Twitch. But those tournaments are always streamed, always commentated. I commentate sometimes, so make sure to tune into that.
You could get this man to commentate your match. Show up. Just show up.
It's perfect.
$2?
It's awesome.
$2? That's basically free.
It's basically free, but we have a nice little setup. We have the HDMI splitters, everything. It's awesome. We also have Mortal Kombat 11 that's also featured there. So if you guys want to play Flash is our resident MK11 player. So if you want to go ahead and match up against him, make sure to come by.
Honestly,
he's really good company.
Yeah, he's good company, but like, you know, basically free playing gets him. It's like
pretty much.
I basically almost got him down once. Like me. Yeah, you guys got
that's
this.
pretty easy. We also want to mention the Can I Get a TO Mesilla Valley Mall tournaments every Sunday at 5 p.m. Obviously, that's another Smash tournament hosted by the Las Cruces Smash Crew, so make sure to go ahead and check those out. Those have a $5 buy-in, so make sure to go ahead and bring your cash for that. But we also have 2 events that are actually hosted here on campus that we also want to highlight. We have 2 TCG events for all our Magic the Gathering players, as well as all tabletop card games.
Yu-Gi-Oh!
all the goats.
Yeah, all of
the
them.
goats. But we also have our events that we have with the Geeks at NMSU, which is the club here at NMSU that does primarily all the TCG stuff. They have their meetings every Tuesday night at 6 p.m. in the Senate Ballroom up in Corbett, 3rd floor. So make sure to go ahead and check them out. But we also have a TCG game night every Friday here in the lab, right here on campus at 5 p.m. hosted by Amanda Dragonheart. So make sure to come and check that out, as we have a bunch of Magic, Yu-Gi-Oh, Dungeons and Dragons, literally anything you can think about, whether it's trading, whether it's playing, anything.
Yeah,
it's awesome.
Even if you guys don't know how to play, or let's say you don't have a deck to start off with, I do know that
They have lenders, yeah.
Yeah, because like we were talking about, Geeks at NMSU do show up to our TCG nights, the same as we go to theirs, and we try to help each other out and get new players and new people in the scene. So definitely come and check it out.
Definitely. And shout out to Christian. He is one of the organizers over there at the Geek Shack. It's the card shop that they have here in Las Cruces. So shout out to you, man. We really appreciate you helping us out.
And kicking off the highlights for this episode of the Ace, it's going to be a little bit of a traveling
Kinda
back in
packed.
time. It's been a bit, but hey, you know what? It's because there's been so much going on. So to start things off, way back in October, there's a little thing called the Battle of I-25 versus that school up north. I don't really know. Like, they're like us, but like
Wars?
they're of New Mexico rather than like the state.
I
You
don't
know,
know.
it's whatever. It's whatever. Let's just
They're
say
a different color of red?
Yeah, like it's kind of weird. They got Lobos or something. I don't know. Anyway, let's just say during that week, they took 6 L's, 5 of them versus us. And I mean, in 5 of our respective games, some of our biggest titles: Call of Duty, Rainbow Six, League of Legends, Rocket League, Overwatch, and especially NM State football. Congratulations to all of our teams. Hey, if you know, you know, but
I know.
no. But congratulations to all of our teams, and especially to our football team. That was the biggest dub that we got to see live.
And we get to live with that all year.
True.
We
hold
won the
that.
game.
We hold that up, but that can't be without our flaws. At NMTI, sadly, our Rocket League team did lose to UNM, taking the runner-up spot. But hey, it's hard.
There was no trophy for that tournament, so I don't even care.
It's fine. No hard work. It don't matter. But our League of Legends team did end up sweeping it, taking first and taking the dub over NMT.
Finally.
Hey, congrats to them.
Congratulations,
Congrats
Smex.
to them. NMT, always great. We always enjoy playing versus them. So overall, I think it was a pretty successful event, and congrats to all of our teams. But what else did we compete in?
We also competed in the New Mexico Esports Championship Series, brought to you by APS Esports, showcased at the APS Expo, brought to you by Magic and Sax. They posted a great tournament, Rocket League tournament, all month long. I got the pleasure of streaming some of the matches, as well as obviously being in attendance to the finals. Our NM State Pete's got 4th, only losing to UNM. They had a coach team playing for UNM. They didn't have players. I don't know what that was about. But congratulations to them. They take home a trophy, but it was way smaller than the first place trophy that NM State Aggies was able to bring home. Congratulations.
And look at the red. Like, UNM didn't want this trophy anyway. They
did not
just
want
like
it.
look at that red.
They obviously didn't want
it's
it.
two NMSU. It's like
two NMSU. It's perfect.
They made it for us. They made it for us. They knew.
But congratulations to Aiden, Sadlad, and Scrub. You guys played phenomenally in that best of 7 versus Acueva, and we take home first place. So congratulations to you guys. You guys are well deserving of that trophy.
Yeah.
But speaking of all of our teams, we have a bunch of teams that competed at the collegiate level as well.
Yeah, and these
throughout the rest of the season.
Yeah, these weren't necessarily in LAN tournaments. We kind of got to move on to the server. And to kick things off, in NECC, Valorant White went 4 for 4 in their season and made it to playoffs. Congratulations to them. Although sadly they did drop in the first round to RSU Blue. It's a very tough competition.
GGs.
I mean, it was basically just an entire rank diff, but White put up a heck of a fight.
Goose played
went
phenomenal.
Huge.
Shout out
I
to
think
you,
like
Goose.
32 kills the first game. Like, top of the board. I think
it's
RSU
in his map.
only got like 29 for their
Not
top
too
frag.
sure.
So hey, frag diff. So
Neon diff?
Neon diff, absolute neon diff. As you
Absolute
guys
neon diff.
don't know, Goose is the resident duelist for White. So congrats to him. But what other teams did we have, Vic?
So we also have our Halo, Crimson, and White teams both advancing to the playoff stage of their respective leagues. My team is obviously the Crimson team, so I'm a little biased, but we were able to go ahead and advance to CL, which is Collegiate Halo League, and Halo White was able to go ahead and advance to the playoff stage of the Collegiate Halo League. On their end, unfortunately, they did finish top 8, losing to Fisher and Boise, which are obviously 2 really good teams. So GG's to them. Unfortunately, double first rounded, but top 8 in the league. Not bad.
That's still ain't nothing to sleep on. That's
Ain't nothing to
still
sleep on.
impressive.
I'm
And,
very proud of them.
speaking of being slept on, our Overwatch team kind of been, out of commission for a little bit, and
They're
their first season
made it
back,
back.
Overwatch 2, they have been under some great leadership of Drummer and Amanda, and it really
out
has
Drummer.
shown. I've been seeing them in the Discord, going over VOD reviews, playing in scrims.
I think they're our most organized team, to be completely honest. One of them.
Yeah. You would expect that with financial officer and stuff like that, but it is what it is. Overwatch, their first season back, did make it to playoffs and versed Sac State in the first round, but sadly they did take the L. But still impressive for their first season back under new management, completely new players basically on the team, and they pulled out some huge W's. So don't sleep on them.
Congratulations to them. And they had a pretty difficult, go of things. Obviously, Overwatch 2, the meta is changing constantly. We had some young blood. Shout out to Freezer. Obviously, he played really well. And then we had some returning blood in Enix. They had to switch roles. Not so much main tank, now off tank, and then switching stuff like that. So shout out to you, Enix. I know you're back behind the camera right now, but we also had our Smash players. We actually only had one Smash player compete in NECC. We had Sir Tux. Shout out to Sir Tux. Make sure to follow him, as his information is going to be up on the screen. He won his first round in singles, so congratulations to them. Congratulations to him. True test of skill. Individual games.
Cruise is difficult, but singles, your life is in your hands. It's on the line there.
Especially online Smash. We all know how amazing that is. But talk to us a little bit about other single games.
Oh, yeah. So speaking of individual skill and wit, as we've been talking about, the NM State chess teams have been competing in NACE. And as of right now, I do believe we have 2 people advancing from the playoffs from the last time I checked. How do they do it? How are they so big brain?
They're so big brain.
Especially in NACE, I believe the skill ratings are anywhere from 1,500 up. So you got to be good. You got to
be better.
Be big brain. But what's the last team that's kind of rounding off the pack?
You know what? One thing that we do here at NM State is Rocket League. All 6 of our Rocket League teams were able to make it to their NECC playoffs in their respective divisions. Retro, once again, taking the crown as the best manager best manager in New Mexico, and best Rocket League player that I know personally.
What sad lad? Aiden? Another Aiden? Nah. Retro
buff.
Hey, but 16, that's like 18 whole people. 18 whole people.
That's a lot of managing. So congratulations to them, as they will be competing later this month. What's going on, guys? We're here with our new Vice President of NM State Esports, Alan Aguilar, aka Smexy. Smexy, how are you doing today, man?
Doing great, Vic. Doing great.
I'm glad to have you here. I know we're in a little bit of a different wardrobe, a little bit of a different camera angle, but we're glad to have you here. Talk to me, Alan. How has the transition been with you? Obviously, coming from recruitment, head of recruitment, to vice presidentship. How has that been for you?
I mean, it's been pretty smooth. It hasn't been like a very drastic change. I feel like most of the stuff we were already doing, we've been doing as a team, as an officer team. So honestly, it's not a lot of work from my part to be able to just change everything. But it's been pretty smooth.
Awesome. And I know vice president is a role that we didn't really have beforehand. It's a new role that we're kind of implementing this coming semesters and going forward. What do you think are your challenges that you're going to try to alleviate with now that you have this role?
So it's going to be more communication fluidity between president and two officers. That's going to be the biggest challenge. So the president's able to communicate more with the director and the advisors, and I'm being able to relay that more easily to the officers.
Definitely. I mean, we all work really hard, and we're glad to have you on the team, obviously. When it comes to your playing, obviously you're playing on the League of Legends teams. Congratulations on that. How is this going to impact your gameplay? Do you plan to still play? Do you plan to take maybe a break? What's your plans?
We'll have to see. We're still even seeing if next semester we're going to have a team or not. We're still waiting to hear back from a few players. So based upon that, next semester it's kind of iffy. But if we don't have a team next semester, I'm going to see how it feels to not be like playing and everything, because usually that's whatever took most of my time. So whenever we had all that going with the roster, obviously we didn't have as much time for any officer stuff or anything like that. So not playing on a roster will feel really weird since I've been doing it for 3 years, but we'll have to see.
Definitely. And I do want to talk about, obviously, your league career. I want to bring this bad boy out, your SISD Independence Day Memorial Tournament. Talk to me about your league career thus far. Obviously, you brought home a trophy. Talk to me about your wins. Obviously, you won NM tie as well. We talked about that earlier this episode. Talk to me about that.
So, I mean, it's been an incredible journey, even through my freshman year of college. Being top 64 in NACE back when the actual competition had over 900 teams for League of Legends. It was crazy. And for that team to only be a plat team and a gold team, it was really, really exciting to be beating like full diamond squads just based off of chemistry. Then winning the SISD tournament back with that roster, it was really cool. It was really fun being able to play other universities with that too. And now NM tie, which we knew it wasn't going to be a full surprise for us to win that since we had been working really hard, especially with Coach Cux, and we were able to get really good really quick. So we knew it was going to be kind of how the outcome was. And yeah, it was nothing surprising, but it's been really, really great.
And talk to me a little bit more about Coach Cux. Obviously, he was brought in, this semester, and you've seen a lot of improvement with him. What are the benefits of having pretty much, isn't he challenger in all Q?
Yeah, so he was a 4-role challenger and then Grandmasters on ADC, but every other role he hit challenger on in the EU West. He's an incredible guy. He put out a lot of time and effort with us, and it was great working with him. I definitely agree that Coach Cux kind of changed the team. He brought a lot of information that we didn't really know about the game. It's just more about learning, and he brought a whole set of things that we really needed. A lot of structure, a lot of practices, water reviews, a lot of everything. So definitely Coach Cux, a great addition to our team this semester. So
nice. All right, I trolled. We'll just go ahead and do the next question. Last but not least, I do want to talk to you obviously about your recruitment stuff. Obviously, you did a great job last fall, bringing in some new talent, fleshing out the Rocket League teams. What are some of the top prospects in your lenses as of right now?
We have a lot of prospects this semester and next semester. We've been eyeing kids from high school to play esports for us for a while. Being able to see a lot of great talent from New Mexico come out. We've been able to scout them out. We've been able to just see how they develop, seeing how they're performing, and seeing how we're going to be able to bring them in. Other than New Mexico people, we're also seeing out-of-state individuals that we're really excited for. It's none of my business to be name dropping here any prospects, but all I'm gonna say is our Rocket League teams are looking very good. Our League of Legends teams are about to look very good. Our Call of Duty teams are probably gonna look really good. Halo's probably gonna look good, and Valorant's gonna look really good.
Definitely.
And Overwatch.
And Overwatch. And speaking of Overwatch,
we have a lot of individuals coming.
We do have a lot of new talent. Speaking of Overwatch, we're actually going to go ahead and transition to our new student president of NM State Esports, Amanda Dragonheart. Thank you, Smexley.
For sure.
And we're here with Amanda Dragonheart, the new president of NM State Esports, new student president. How does that feel?
Pretty cool, not gonna lie.
I'm really glad. Well, talk to me a little bit about presidentship. Obviously, we switched over a little bit from Pac, Ryan May. You guys have seen him in the ACE before. He'll be transitioning to more of a director role, but in terms of being a student, obviously you're taking that student president role. Talk to me about what your aspects are for that.
Well, I'm hoping to just continue what Ryan's been doing so far. I mean, he's made great strides in improving this organization, so I want to continue, pursuing our main points, our 5 plans for the future, and just continue making this org a great place for students and other people alike,
Definitely. And your background when it comes to esports, you were actually the Overwatch head coach or coordinator, as well as a sub.
Yes.
So your roots are in Overwatch. Talk to me about Overwatch 2. How has that affected the team? Obviously, 5v5 versus 6v6. You got to cut somebody. How is that affecting your teams as of right now?
Not so bad, actually. I mean, Overwatch 2 kind of revived the game. It was a dead game, so it brought a lot more life into it, and we've had a lot more interest. I've been getting a lot of DMs from people who want to start playing the game competitively, which is great, but I'm looking forward to the next semester where we get maybe even 2 teams rather than just the one. We did a little test run to see if there was still interest, because frankly there wasn't back when Overwatch 1 was still out. So it's been great. I think everyone's been enjoying it, and there's a lot of opportunities. I mean, we made it to the playoffs for NECC. Sadly, we didn't get to make it to the grand finals, but for that to happen is a big deal for us, I think.
Definitely. I know Overwatch, when it comes to the roles, there's a lot of switching out. This tank plays better on this map, and this support's better on this support. What were the challenges when it came to really rounding out the roster, to making sure that, a certain comp would work on certain maps?
So that's the hard part, right? So, because there's so many new characters now. So with the addition of Sojourn, Drunkard Queen, and Kiriko, the meta changed drastically. And obviously there was patches that came out in the middle of the season, which influenced obviously the pros. But then eventually when it came to us, it influenced us a lot on what we were going to play, because we have our tank Enex, who's great at Zarya.
Shout out Enex, director.
You're awesome. He's great at Zarya, but you know we need to start learning Monkey and learn other tanks when Monkey became the dominant tank pick. And usually with our support, yeah, he got benched. No, I'm kidding. I love you, Enex. You're not benched.
But talk to me a little bit more about, obviously being president. You're working probably more closely with Pac than anybody as of right now. What are some of the challenges there?
Mainly is trying to figure out a good time schedule. I know Pac is working a lot now that he's a nurse, full-time nurse.
Shout out Pac, nurse Pac, shout out.
And then I am also very busy too with schoolwork. Yes. But we make it work somehow. Either he's up all night or I'm up all night, or he's up early morning or I'm up early morning. It works out, so we're able to talk with each other. And we get that communication going. I send him bullet points of what needs to be done. He gives me details on what needs to be done. And there's just a lot of communication with everybody, not just Pac and myself, but with the whole team, which just really makes us a good, synergy with everybody and everything that's going on. So no one's really left in the dark for the most part.
Definitely. And talk to me a little bit about you being the treasurer. So before this, you were the treasurer for NM State Esports. You dealt with all the money coming in, all the money going out. What challenges are you facing now with that, being that you're kind of treasurer on top of being president? Do you plan to hand it off? What are your plans?
At the moment, I'm not too sure. I'm fine being the treasurer. I mean, it's not that much of as an add-on to the part being presidency, honestly, because you just kind of count money, make sure it's there. And then I don't really have to go ask someone, hey, can we use this? I can just approve it, I guess, and just go right for it.
Definitely. And one last question before I let you go. Obviously, you're a woman in STEM, genetics, but you have a little bit of affiliation with reptiles.
Yes.
If we could change that NM State shape to any reptile, what would it be?
Ooh. It's a hard question.
I know there was the Cephalocyces or something like that. Hopefully that's not weird. Yeah.
Cephalocyces, that's our state dinosaur.
State dinosaur.
It's
would
extinct,
we?
But sure.
Should we go with that one?
Maybe a raptor would be cool.
Raptor.
I love
raptors.
I
like that. Well, thank you so much, Amanda. I appreciate you coming by. We'll see you guys back on set.
And we do want to give a huge thank you and shout out to both our president and vice president. Vice president being a new role, but the job of student president, it does kind of weigh on you, and it really does help to delegate. And I believe that this will allow our teams to function a little bit cleaner, allow the communication to go through, and allow Pac to spread his wings and fly up towards that director position. So congratulations to him. But now to bring it back into reality, well, can't believe that actually happened to us, but we went to Anaheim.
We went to go ahead and spectate at the Overwatch League Grand Finals. We have some pictures and footage here that we'll go ahead and roll for you guys, but we were really lucky to go ahead and take 27 people up to Anaheim.
That's a lot.
May have been a little bit too many to some, but we all had fun nonetheless. We all ate some good food, experienced some new things, and enjoyed the LA weather for the weekend, as you'll see coming up next.
Is this what giving up feels like? I don't know. Tell me, have I lost my mind? Nowhere to go, so far from home. Is this what giving up feels like? I don't know. Tell me, have I lost my mind? So I break these walls and hold my head up high.
You need a miracle right now. 26 seconds left. Trying to pass the fossil, but hit. Now, I go in. You guys, they tie it up. 2 seconds left. Give that Isaac Crow. ARC was grade 50. Doug, I'm trying to look for the beat. Grade 50. 19. Good for fossil. Over 1. This could be open. ARC. UNM takes it in 4. And it's NMSU who's going to win this! Masterclass from NMSU! Able to take it in 4! No game lost! Aiden! One more shot, baby! No! NMSU! Are you New Mexico? Esports Championship Series champion!
And yeah, no, it was a lot of fun. Hopefully you got some of the pictures of Vic and I sharing the shock the world, San Francisco Shock sadly didn't take the dub, but proper, what
He's good.
rookie MVP. I mean, honestly,
Could've been
Shock
finals.
should have had it, Dallas Fuel, who are they?
The blue team. I don't know.
Yeah, nobody cares. But tell you something we do care about. The most important segment on this show. The 5
best.
times. 5? You know what that is?
Only 5 get picked for this. That's how
That's an ace.
exclusive it is.
That's an ace. And let's see what Cyrus has got for us this time.
Don't let us down, Cyrus.
You seem uncomfortable. Does it make you nervous, Corky?
Thank you all so much for watching. Make sure to hit that like and subscribe button. Make sure to check all the social media down in our link tree, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, everything.
TikTok.
Perfect. TikTok. Make sure to check out TikTok. And thank you to Cyrus. Thank you to Patty for allowing us to put on this great production. And we'll see you guys in the next episode.